In the bustling heart of Lagos lived a woman whose name carried the weight of wisdom, influence, and admiration, Professor Nancy. She was not just a lecturer by profession, she was a voice, a movement, a guiding light to thousands who hung on every word she spoke. Her speeches echoed in auditoriums, her quotes filled notebooks, and her presence alone could silence a restless crowd. Students described her as brilliant, married women called her a counselor, and community leaders referred to her as a national treasure. Yet beyond the applause and titles, Professor Nancy was also a devoted wife. She loved her husband, Mr. Adegboyega, deeply. Their marriage was often cited as a model union, peaceful, respectful, and full of laughter. Together they raised 3 beautiful children who saw their parents not just as mother and father, but as heroes. Professor Nancy's greatest passion was speaking about marriage. She believed strongly that society could only be stable when homes were stable. So whenever she was invited to speak, she accepted with joy, seeing each invitation as another chance to heal families and inspire unity. One December, a prominent community in Lagos began preparing for their grand end-of-year celebration. The organizers wanted something unforgettable, something people would talk about for years. After long deliberation, they reached one unanimous decision. Let us invite Professor Nancy. When the invitation reached her desk, she smiled warmly. She read it carefully, appreciating the respect and sincerity in their words. As always, before accepting, she went to her husband. "My dear," she said gently, "this community has invited me to lecture at their celebration. May I attend?" Mr. Adegboyega looked up from his chair and smiled proudly. "My wife," he replied, "your voice changes lives. Go and bless them." Her heart filled with gratitude. With his blessing secured, she confirmed her attendance. The day arrived like a festival morning. The hall chosen for the event was massive, yet it filled up hours before the program began. People rushed from different parts of the city, students, couples, elders, traders, professionals, all determined to secure seats. Those who couldn't enter crowded outside, where large television screens had been installed so no one would miss her words. Excitement buzzed in the air like electricity. Then suddenly, a black car pulled up. "She's here," someone shouted. The crowd erupted. Great icon. Mother of wisdom. Professor Nancy. She stepped out gracefully, dressed elegantly, smiling with humble composure. People stretched their hands toward her, hoping for a handshake or even a glance. Security gently cleared a path as she made her way inside. The hall thundered with applause as she walked to the podium. The microphone was handed to her. She paused. The crowd became silent. Even the air seemed to listen. The unexpected topic. "Good evening," she began, her voice calm yet powerful. "Today, I will be speaking on a topic that may surprise you." A hush fell deeper. "My topic," she said clearly, "is polygamy." A ripple of murmur spread through the audience. Some exchanged glances. Others leaned forward, curious. Everyone knew Professor Nancy as a defender of marriage harmony, but no one expected this. She continued. With confidence and eloquence, she spoke in favor of polygamy. She explained how, if practiced responsibly, it could reduce infidelity, support single mothers, and provide companionship for lonely women. She argued that men who were financially and emotionally capable could marry more wives, thereby strengthening communities and preventing social chaos. Her voice rose and fell like music. Her logic sounded convincing. Her confidence was unshakable. "And I say to wives," she declared boldly, "if your husband is able, allow him to marry another woman, perhaps even 2 or 3. Do not see it as loss. See it as expansion of family and love." The hall exploded into applause. Some people stood. Others shouted in agreement. When the clapping finally faded, calm returned. The moderator asked if anyone had a question or comment. From the middle row, a young woman slowly stood. Her hands trembled slightly. Professor Nancy noticed her and smiled kindly. "Yes, my dear. Please come forward." The lady walked toward the stage, each step echoing in the silent hall. She took the microphone and swallowed nervously. "My name is Rita," she began. Professor. I want to confess something. The audience leaned forward. I have carried a burden for 5 years, she continued. But today, after hearing your lecture, I feel free. Professor Nancy nodded gently. Go on. Rita inhaled deeply. I have been in a relationship, she said, and I even have twins, for your husband, Mr. Adegboyega. Time stopped. The words hung in the air like thunder frozen in the sky. Gasps burst across the hall. Before anyone could speak, Professor Nancy's eyes widened. Her lips parted. Her body swayed. And she collapsed. Chaos replaced order. People shouted. Chairs scraped. Some rushed forward while others froze in disbelief. Within minutes she was carried out and driven to the nearest hospital. For 3 days, she did not wake. Her family waited anxiously. Her husband prayed constantly. The community that once cheered now whispered in fear. On the 3rd morning, her eyelids fluttered. Slowly, she opened her eyes. The room was quiet. The first face she saw sitting beside her bed was Rita. Rita's eyes were red with tears. Professor Nancy, she whispered softly, please forgive me. Nancy stared weakly, confusion clouding her mind. Rita continued, her voice trembling. I lied. Everything I said was false. I don't know your husband. I never had any affair with him. I only said it to test you. Nancy blinked slowly. I thought, Rita said, if you truly believed your message, then hearing such news wouldn't break you. I wanted to know if your teachings were real or just words. Silence filled the room. Tears rolled gently down Professor Nancy's temples into her hair. Not tears of anger. Not tears of shame. But tears of realization. After a long pause, she spoke, her voice faint yet steady. My daughter, today you have taught the teacher. Rita lowered her head, overwhelmed. Nancy closed her eyes again, not in weakness this time, but in reflection. Because in that moment she understood something deeper than all her lectures combined. It is easy to speak wisdom. It is harder to live it when life tests you. And so, the woman who once instructed thousands learned her greatest lesson not from books, not from stages, but from a single moment of truth, proving that sometimes, the loudest lessons arrive in silence. Moral lessons. 1. Practice what you preach. It is easy to teach or advise others, but true wisdom is proven when we live according to our own words, especially during difficult situations. 2. Life can test our beliefs. Situations may arise that challenge our convictions. These moments reveal whether our principles are genuine or merely theoretical. 3. Words have power. Public statements can influence people deeply. Therefore, one must speak carefully, responsibly, and truthfully, knowing others may act based on those words. 4. Do not judge quickly. Assumptions or shocking revelations should be handled calmly. Reacting instantly without full understanding can lead to unnecessary pain or embarrassment. 5. Humility is true wisdom. Even the most knowledgeable people still have lessons to learn. Accepting correction or realization with humility is a sign of true greatness. 6. Tests can come unexpectedly. Life does not announce when it will test us. We must always be prepared to stand firm in our values. 7. Emotional strength matters. Knowledge alone is not enough. Emotional resilience is essential for facing life's surprises and challenges. 8. Honesty should be used wisely. While truth is important, it must be spoken with kindness and responsibility. Testing someone through deception can cause harm. Overall lesson: true integrity is shown not in speeches or public praise, but in how we respond when our own beliefs are tested in real life. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos like this.